Hey guys, if anybody is out there listening to all of my parents that are homeschooling their kids, and to all of those teachers who are at home and who are looking for some other resources that may be available to you, that's what I'm here for. Hey, hopefully I got that yummy yummy for you. That yummy yummy information is what I'm coming to you for or with. If you can hear me, that's great. Hopefully. I'm just waiting for some of you to arrive. If you see in the background, we are going to talk about homeschoolingforall.com, which is a website that I created about 10 years ago. I guess in foresight of the future and what's to come. But in actuality, it was because I needed somewhere to have all of my resources in one spot. Wherever I was, it didn't matter where I was. And 10 years ago, it wasn't a lot of platforms that were out there for me to do that. So basically, it was my mind on steroids. So I just condensed it a little bit for the purposes of what's going on right now and for the future, to just make it all about homeschooling. So products will be coming soon available that are just solely focused on homeschooling. It will be your one-stop resource shop. So we're going to get started in just a second. If you have your computer, bring your computer with you. If not, then just look at my screen, and together we'll explore the site for about 15 minutes just to see some resources, maybe 20 minutes just to see some resources. I won't put a time limit on it. Just to see some resources that you can use with this particular site and where you can go with it, and how valuable of a tool that it could be for you, especially if you are an LAUSD teacher. Let's get it. So, I have had my classroom set up for a homeschooling way before all of this actually began. And I have my whiteboard, I've always had my camera, I've always been able to homeschool and tutor children, and I've used a few resources. Um, and this website that I'm about to show you is filled with all of those type of resources. Right now, it's a little bit heartless out here, and that's why in the background you will hear the weekend and the instrumental, because that's what it feels like right now. It feels like it's a heartless world out there. But in reality, you know, before we get started, my take on it is everything happens for a reason. And I know people hate to hear that, but it does. And right now, this is about triple F, F to the third power: food, family, and finance. It's teaching us how to live more frugally. It's teaching us how to be with our family, how to be together with each other and spend more time with each other, playing games, because you don't have any entertainment out there. So, you know, it's basically Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, and but there's no going to games, there's no leaving the house, you can't avoid each other, you're stuck with each other right now, basically. So you're really about to see what you're made of at home with your kids. You're about to find out how much you really love your kids, because homeschooling them is not an easy job. Teaching them is not an easy job. And the world and all of America is about to find out how valuable we are as teachers. If you see my shirt, I don't know if you can see it, but it says, I teach my students to stand up for themselves. And it's my turn to do the same, right? And so that's what I'm teaching you as parents too, to stand up for yourself, to be independent, to be autodidactic. So let's take a look at homeschooling.com. So you won't feel like you're left out. In the background is Dominique Hammonds, one of my favorite violinists. He is playing The Weekend Heartless. And that's who we'll hear in the background. So, homeschooling for all. Hopefully you guys can all see in the screen in the background. And don't think that I'm treating you like a kid because I'm using my pointer. That's just what I use, okay? So in the background you see these different headings in this particular menu. And we're going to explore the different headings in this particular menu. It's basically like my classroom. So in the morning, I turn to this particular website because all of my links are on here. I basically created it for me as an LAUSD teacher to host everything I need in one location, so I didn't have to go to this website, that website, and have all kinds of links opened up, right? So I don't know because I can't read the lives because I'm not looking at it. So if you're posting something live and telling me something, I can't hear you. I can't see it. I'll look at it a little bit later. But let me go check it out real quick because it could be important. Oh, okay. So people are just saying hi. So hey y'all. Okay, so let's get started. You know how I do. So, homeschoolingforall.com, my website, starting with follow me, right? And with that, you can see that you can look at, let me see if I can make it clearer. There we go. I don't want no scrubs, that's right. So follow me, that's where you can get all my links to Instagram, all of YouTube, my YouTube channel. You can get Pinterest, all my Pinterest links to all my boards that have all the links that I've used with pretty much everything. My Facebook and Teachers Pay Teachers link. Now when it gets to Brain Break and Go Noodle, this is the biggest thing right now that I want to talk about. So let's turn off no scrubs, let's do this. Let's talk about Brain Break and let's talk about Go Noodle. So if you're at home right now and your kids are driving you insane, they're driving you batty out of your mind, and you have nothing, like you're tired of everything, like, and you want to have some fun with them too, that is what Go Noodle was about. So let's take a look at Go Noodle. We're going to go ahead and log in. Go Noodle is a free site. Now most of everything that I'm going to show you is all free. Today is Wise Wednesday, so today they have a little activity called Think Like a Scientist. So for example, if I was to play this, let's turn off Dominique for a second. So this is something that your kids can do. I'll allow you to sit back and watch. And the reason I love this is because it's culturally relevant.
That blazer is very fresh.
Teaching them something other than hip-hop with saggy pants, right?
Okay, let's rap now.
Think like a scientist, think like a scientist. Process in your brain. Let's get everybody trying this. Think like a scientist, think like a scientist.
So you can get in there with them and dance with them. When I'm at work, I dance with them and we do it, experiment,
Look at the result.
report, all of that. Doing the nay-nay. So for those of you who like to dance, you bring your creativity into it.
Scientific method?
Yeah, that's just another way of saying it.
Got it. To observe. You ask a question and then start to theorize. Make an educated guess about the question in order to hypothesize.
So for my nephew,
test the
this is all up his alley. He likes to dance, he likes to sing, he likes to play, all up his alley.
Share it in writing and then start rap now.
Think like a scientist,
Think like a scientist.
process in your brain. Let's get everybody trying this.
Think like a scientist. So you up on your feet, you get some little energy.
Fierce science scientist.
Your kids shouldn't be at home being still. So these are good brain breaks in between what the teachers are sending home, whatever they're giving the kids to do. These are good brain breaks. Every 20 minutes, students should have, according to research, they should have a brain break every 20 minutes or according to their age. So even adults, so even kids, every 10 minutes, if you're dealing with 10-year-olds, they need a brain break every 10 minutes. So a rule of thumb is bottom line 20 minutes. If you haven't given them a brain break in 20 minutes, you need to. And Go Noodle is one of those resources that allows them to have wonderful brain breaks. Not just brain breaks for fun, but, oh, that's a little, they measure up at the end. Not just brain breaks for fun, but they have different categories, right? So all these different categories, you can go by curricular activities, you can go for mindfulness and just boosting their self-confidence. You can do sensory motor skills, school life, movement type, stretch, breathe, all of that, guided dance. So when I want to do some breathing and we just want to do some mindfulness and some meditation, or I need them to focus, one of the brain breaks I may turn on is to enhance their focus, right? So I could pick through all of these to enhance their focus. Your kids, it's like all of them have ADHD, no matter if they don't have ADHD, right? Because their attention span is really, really short, right? Most people right now, the attention span is like a goldfish, 3 to 4 seconds. Children are even worse. So you have to occupy their mind. Welcome to our world as teachers. What we do all day long is keeping their attention to get them to learn. So the things that you're struggling with, we understand completely. We really do. So I'm here to help you. Go Noodle is a wonderful resource for you. Let me tell you. Here we go. So some of the activities to enhance your focus, you have Mood Walk, What the Body Says, the breathing ones, Breathing Like an Elephant, Maximo the Magnificent, he's one of my favorites, and the Catman is one of my favorite. I like the Catman, and some of the yoga poses are also my favorite. But the Catman really is about focus and helping their brains really focus. So this is a good activity, a good partner activity for your kids. If you have a kid, you have 2 children at home, or you want to partner with your kid, get them to focus real quick, this is a good one.
Yes?
No, maybe so. I don't have a partner, but if you do, get with them and watch.
It appears that Mr. Catman is taking a cat nap. Ahem. He's up. Shake your head yes, like Mr. Catman.
Okay, so shake your head yes.
Then turn your head no. Next, shrug your shoulders up and down. Meow. Let's combine them.
Now we have to combine them, right?
Shrug your shoulders up and down while alternating between nodding yes and turning no. Slowly at first.
Slowly.
You got it? Shrug your shoulders while alternating between shaking your head yes and no. Try it a little faster.
Now you gotta try it faster. So, and I'm doing that even after having a glass of wine.
No,
but
maybe
this is
maybe
a good focus activity
it's
for
all
them.
Good. I'm not kidding you.
And just a few minutes, and then you get right back to the lesson. Okay, so brain breaks. And they look forward to having the brain breaks. If you know, you set the timer, you just say, okay, you're going to have a brain break in about 15 minutes. And then you're going to, they get to choose, or you have some already set up that you want to choose. You could put a timer on. There's, I didn't set it up for you, but online classroom timers is one. And the reason why they like online classroom timers is because it's all different kind of little funny little things. So for the timer, so you can do pogo sticks, the animal timers. For my nephew, I would have done the dinosaur one. And so you would say, okay, I'm setting the timer for the next 20 minutes. And you just need them to work for 20 minutes. I just need you to focus for 20 minutes. This is all about focus and concentration. How do you get them to focus and concentrate? 20-minute intervals, 10-minute intervals if necessary. You press start, and it has a sound. You can enlarge it if you need to, the screen, and make it larger. I'm just not going to right now, but you can, to make it full screen. Well, let me go ahead. So if I look at it full screen, then that's full screen. But I didn't want to do that because I would have to reset the timer. So you could see again, and then start. So you set the timer, have that going. When the 20 minutes is up, then you go back to the brain break, right? That's how that works. Back to the brain break. Back to Go Noodle. Catman is just one of them, as I said. Every time, the whole point is to get 10, you get to a new level, and then you get to pick a new avatar. And the kids like to get that so they can pick the new avatar. So I keep playing. I don't want to do that right now. Okay, class name. Alright, so as I said, Catman was one. Also, you can get them to focus by managing their frustration. So releasing their warrior is another one that is used as well. So this is good like yoga for yoga poses. If you see them being frustrated, they're tired.
A warrior has tremendous strength.
This is a good one to use for that
such
one.
As determination, balance, compassion, courage, and focus help a warrior to know how to use their strength for good in any given situation. You are a warrior.
You are a warrior.
Sure
you have to be a warrior during these times right now.
Stand in mountain tall. With
Mountain
your feet
tall.
about hip width apart and your palms facing forward. Lift your right knee up and
Right knee
find
up
your balance.
and find your balance.
Step that leg back. Lower your heel down and make sure your front knee is bent. Lift your arms overhead and notice the parts of your body that are working hard. This is Warrior One. Let the strength in your body come out through your voice and say, I am strong.
So not only is it motivating, it helps
as
them
you turn
to
your
affirm
body to
themselves
the
as
side
well.
for Warrior Two. Keep your gaze strong out over your left arm. Say, I have courage.
Okay, so just a snippet. I'm not going to play all of it because I want you to explore the site on your own. And I just wanted you to see how Go Noodle works and how you can use it. There are some other categories. If I want to do something other than that, I could do movement, guided dance, brain exercise. Brain exercise is a fun activity for them to do. They have different just to exercise the brain. But the one that I'm looking for, that's not it. It's the other one. It's competition. So kids love competition. You have your kids at home. They love to compete. Here's one, Think on Your Feet. Montana James is another one. But we'll look at Think on Your Feet. So depending on the grade that you have, I have 5th grade. So 5th grade trivia questions. You can customize your questions if you choose to. I'm not customizing. I'm just going to use trivia questions. It goes from K through, as you can see, through 8, depending on the students you have at home. I'm going to work with 5th grade. Different things. Done. You can edit how many minutes you want. I'm putting it for 2 minutes, 3 questions. So at the brain break, 2 minutes. Let's go. And let's play.
And it's time to think on
Your feet. If you have your kids available right now, get them out.
Are you ready to think on your feet? Let's play!
Separate
Team
yourself in
one,
teams.
you're up! Answer as many questions as you can while both teams move like this. Balance on one leg.
So, balance on one leg.
Remember, both teams must do the move. Start the clock.
Both teams have to do the move, okay? Dubai is a part of the what? Who has the answer out there?
Yes.
Only because I know. A baby hippopotamus is called a calf or a cub. Anybody know?
Right.
In 1521, Ferdinand Magellan died while, which one? Flying in a hot air balloon, climbing Mount Everest, or sailing around the world. Now I'm going to show you if they get it wrong what happens. There. So you lose points for your team. Every year the world's largest peach cobbler is prepared in. This is common sense. Sometimes you have to use that if you know that Georgia is a peach state.
Correct.
Okay? So remember, while they're doing that, they have to be doing this movement standing on one leg, both teams. And then it's going back and forth with the team. Then team 2 gets ready. And that's how it goes back and forth. That's a little bit of fun for you, a little bit of fun for your kids, and your family, and you're all learning at the same time. So that's competition, and there's many types of competition. They have races. I mean, I can go on and on with Go Noodle. You do need to have Flash Player for something, so I need to put the Flash Player back on my computer for this. Go Noodle. So hopefully we have an understanding of Go Noodle, because now I'm going to move on and go back to just talking about the website, right? I'm here to give you guidance, and that's what I'm here for. And the website that I've created for you is about giving you guidance, right? So let's continue. One of the other options that you have is you can access Class Dojo. We're not doing a Class Dojo lesson right now because I already went into Go Noodle. Another day we'll do Class Dojo, we'll do Google Classrooms another time, and we'll do Zoom another time, because all of these are very detailed presentations. So as of right now, we're just going to go through just to explore what you have on this particular website. You have Class Dojo. You got it. You got Google Classrooms for all of you who need quick access to Zoom for conferencing, for all of you teachers out there who are about to be homeschooling at home and need to get to Zoom real quick, who use Google Classroom real quick. This is all right here where you need it, so you don't have to go and open up 50 million tabs all over the place just to get to one spot. Study music. So, for example, what I'm playing right now, the violin music, music for positive energy. Hey. Think time music, Jeopardy trap music. We're going to look at that in just a second, because Jeopardy trap music is something that the kids really enjoy. So I just want to show you that real quick. Let's just go there. Pause Damon for a second. And let's just go to the Jeopardy trap. So when we're playing games and when we're having fun, or when I'm just asking them some questions, or we're doing some other games, Jeopardy trap is something that I use when they're waiting on getting, when I'm waiting on them to find the answers to the questions. So it's taking a little bit of time to load. Give me a second. Be patient. Be patient. There. Okay, so Jeopardy trap music. Here we go. So with Jeopardy trap, it starts off regularly like Jeopardy. You know, they'll be doing a renegade, they'll be doing all kinds of stuff to this. And then it goes to another one, and then you have the remix, which is another one, so I go straight into that one.
Live TV from 70 plus channels.
I deal with the commercial for a quick second, no big deal, no need to sign up for all of that, and then it goes right into the song. So, same thing. Jeopardy trap music, like I said, is just one of the songs or ways that I use to do brain break. Another resource that this particular website has is access to quick lesson planning. We're going to go through all these details with all of this and how to use this each day, because when you go back to work, you might want to use this as a resource when you get back to your classrooms. Chalkboard. When I show you chalkboard, you're going to be like, hold up, where has this been all my life with planning? Chalkboard, Planboard is the biz for planning.com. TES lessons, we'll get into that. I have already created a whole lot of lessons, especially for grade 5. So if your kid needs lessons for division, multiplication, fractions, reading, they're already created with all kind of resources that you can have for them as well. Power My Learning, Class Flow, Google Classroom, Google Expeditions. These are all resources that teachers use on a regular basis, and you have access to them too as parents. Virtual Math Manipulatives, thesaurus.com. Each day we're going to take a look at all of these resources. Now, morning business. If you're a teacher, you know that it's morning business. So as a parent, morning business is when you are trying to get your morning together, the kids are having breakfast, you're taking attendance, and they're doing something in the morning for themselves. Something that is academic, preferably. So these are the things that I use in the morning time. We always do meditation and breathing in the morning, so I have that set up. I have affirmations ready for them in the morning time because we are all about mindset in the morning with my students, all day long actually. Motivation set up, so these are links to motivation. For example, here's affirmations. So if I wanted to do affirmations for my kids, I have all these links. I can press any one of these. I could just press play all, and it'll play all.
My dream is to help people
you listen
understand how the universe
to the
operates.
ad for a second, 2 or 3 seconds, move on. I don't care. YouTube is my friend.
Welcome to the Morning Time Affirmations.
So, here's the
These
morning time
affirmations, of
affirmations.
course, you can do in the morning, but you can also do whenever you want to do them too. The first one we're going to start off with is I always try my best. Say it with me now, come on. I always try my best. I always try my best.
So this sets the tone for the day. You always need to set the tone for the day, and setting the tone for the day begins with motivation and mindset. So pick through some of these affirmations before you start the day with learning to set the tone of the day. Also in morning business, you also have motivation for yourself as an adult. You have motivation for students. You have things to make you laugh, some other items as well, but mainly it's for meditation, breathing, and motivation in the morning time to set the tone. So, for example, if I want to get them started, get them motivated, I see that they're not ready to start the day. They need a little pep talk, but they don't want to hear it from me. They can watch something like this in the background.
First of all, I just want to thank Ms. Winston.
And I'll have this playing while they're
eating
eating breakfast in the classroom. This is something that could be playing while you're doing that. While they're eating breakfast, let them hear this instead of hearing that hip-hop negative music, you know, or any negative music, rather not just hip-hop, but just, you know, a lot of times we're listening to what we want to listen to, but we don't realize that our kids are sponges, so we have to be very careful about what we're putting into their minds and in their heads at such a young age. So something like this is better to play in the morning times or even while they're eating lunch.
Because my teachers are the reason why I'm here. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might think I'm here because I work out or because of football.
So you have access to all different kind of motivational speeches and affirmations
I had teachers who believed in me
through this site
a lot of time to help
as
me
well.
get where I'm at now. All right, so I want you guys to really understand what I'm saying with this.
So we're going back.
People in this room right now.
And as we go back, we're going to take a look at some other things. SBAC Chronicles is basically just stuff about the SBAC. We won't even get into that. Anybody who knows me knows my feelings about the SBAC. We have some classroom management strategies. Everybody who knows teaching is all about classroom management. So if you are at home, it is going to be all about management with your children over these days. I don't know how, you know, you think you're going to do it, but you're going to need to utilize some strategies that we as teachers use for management. So these are links to all the standards. If you want to know what your children need to be learning, these are links to standards and targets. Also, whole range teaching is a good resource strategy with informational tips and strategies on classroom management. It's one that I use and have kind of tweaked for the past 10, 15 years, or since I first found out about it. Then we also have high stakes testing, information about how to opt out of SBAC testing. Some changes have been made, so I'm going to be updating that page in regards to the changes that the state has made. So in a sense, before you could opt out of any state testing, even SBAC, all of that. I'm not sure about the SAT, but I'm talking about up until the SAT. You can opt out by writing a letter. But the schools will take a hit and the state will take a hit if they went below 95% with taking the test. It's all about money, right? So now they're saying, okay, well, you can opt out, but, well, we're going to give them the lowest score anyway. So it's about a catch-22 right now. So it behooves you to have your kid know how to take tests. So stay with me on that, because that's what I'm all about. Test-taking strategies, mind mapping, all of that. So for the next couple of months, if you're willing and you want to learn, join me. Cultivate Thyself, that is all a whole nother, but that is my brand. That's what I'm all about. And that website is all about, as the adult, cultivating yourself mentally, your mind, your body, your soul. And as teachers and parents, you need that. eLearning. So eLearning just has a bunch of resources. Right now, that's basically what your kid is doing. They're doing eLearning. Typing.com. Virtual reality. They need to get onto Clever. Clever is a website that LAUSD uses to access a lot of their sites. Commonlit.org. I'm doing a whole thing on commonlit.org. Blended Learning, Freckle, Study Ladder. All these other platforms. Vocabulary. Just to look at vocabulary real quick, they just did one on wash your hands.
So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well. So many reasons to stay clean. Take care of your personal hygiene. It's not just how you look and smell. Good hygiene keeps you healthy as well.
So, vocabulary has a lot of different, basically they're like hip-hop with vocabulary. But that was one that I thought would be poignant right now, because we're going through this COVID crisis right now. But they have all different kind of videos for all different kinds of things. If you want to learn about mass and volume and density, for example, you're doing science, for example. And y'all know they right in my alley. We grew in my class. I love vocabulary. Oh my goodness, they are the bomb. I love them so much. So that's why they're on here. Anything that's on here is something that is a very valuable, good resource, something that is tried and true, something that I've been using for years, and I know it works. eLearning also has extra math, read theory. Freckle is another good resource. Whiteboard resources, screencasting resources. Then we have game-based and interactive resources. So you need multiple subject games. I got you. I got you. MobyMax, Study Ladder, School Booth, iExcel, Academic, Fuel the Brain, Fun Brain, Game Classroom. I can go on and on, but these are just a few of the top ones that were back in the day. As you know, I'll be updating since we're at home now and working from home. I will be updating the site daily to include more links and more posts that you can use as well. You have interactive response systems, so Kahoot. If you do not know about Kahoot, let's look a quick look at Kahoot and how it makes it awesome. But it is a game playing system that you use in the classroom, and your kids, most of them already know about Kahoot. If I wanted to play, I could just pick that, but I don't have the game pen, but I needed a game pen. So we'll do Kahoot another day and go into details about another day with Kahoot. But I just want you to see that there are lots of game platforms, online libraries, Epic. The That's the one. If you have $4.99 right now, they might have gone up. You will want to have Epic for your classroom. As an educator, I'm going to log in. Don't remember my account, so let's see here. Well, I think we'll do that another day. Yeah, we'll do Epic another day when I have the account ready and going for you. But Epic is basically all of these books the children have access to online and able to read them. So I'll probably have that ready for you tomorrow so you can get going with Epic. If you're already ready and you don't know about it, go ahead and explore it. You don't have to wait on me. Alright. And let's continue. So, as I'm continuing to guide you, you have access to science games, you have access to social studies games, you have access to online reading games, read and write, animations, so they can work on drawings. Each day I'll be adding to the site, and research and inquiry. STEAM, we can go there too. Fact Monster, and science resources. Now, I don't want to be in your way on that one because that one's over here. So I'm getting out of the camera for that. You have science resources. Play no games, play no games. My last name. Code Wizards right now for kids that love coding. Engineering resources. Other math resources. STEAM competitions. Then you have Smart Shorties, the meditative mind. When I'm talking about keeping your kids zen through this time, you have some zen music, Stop, Breathe, and Think, Soul Pancake, brain entrainment music. We can go in detail. Each one of these, I can go for a month on doing a lesson on each one of these particular links that I have in my page. Brain entrainment, alpha, the alpha state, when your brain is in alpha state, to get your brain into beta state, to get your brain into delta and theta state. All of those states are different things, and learning in those states is a different behavior, and there are different strategies. Teaching is not just telling somebody to do something. There is a method to the madness of teaching, and it is madness, okay? So with all that madness, you need a meditative mind, and you need to be able to clear out your negative energy and have some good morning music. So this is to set the tone for the morning. And then it's just straight up motivation. Motiversary, motivational quotes you need something to go with for the day. Motivational quotes for teachers, motivational quotes for parents. I got you. Now, I'm going to fix this because Smart Shorties and Kidz Bop shouldn't be there twice. But the reason why I love Smart Shorties is because... Let's turn off Chris for a quick second. So Smart Shorties, I've been using Smart Shorties for years, and to help kids learn their multiplication. So let's just do some of the top tracks. Let's just do the Sevens. So the Sevens was one of my favorite songs, Ballin', by Dipset, but really by Jim Jones. So listen, your kids need to learn multiplication. Here you go, I got you.
Unless my head is bent, you dig?
Stay fly, no lie, no lie, you know it. 7, learn get mad, it's
7.
It's like shoulders. We stay fly, no lie, no lie, you know this.
7.
Learn your 7 and even the 11s. Miss Smith ready to tell you about the 7s. Bringing new forces out, take the ball and throw it out. Buy some new Jordans, say morning. I knew myself today, and now I'm about to play. I see you in my school, learning all the rules. Learn your 7s now, you can be so proud. This is Mr. Mike.
have fun with your kids. You can have fun with them.
7 times 2.
7 times. 7 times.
4 is 7, 14, 21, 28.
7, 14, 21, 28.
You stay fly, no lie, no lie. You know this.
7.
Learning math in school.
So this is the experience that your kids have when they're in my classroom.
We stay fly, no lie, no lie. You know this. 7. Getting A's in school, stay focused.
So that's 7.
Trying to catch me learning my 7 mama already.
You got 11s, you got 10s, you got 12s. You want them to learn 12s. They have a different song. Now you know I love this because
Yo,
fight.
it's your boy,
Chris
Alex
Brown
Brown,
already know. We don't even need to go into
Who we got
debate
on
on
the line
that.
tonight?
Mike,
Especially not with me.
All right, Mike, what do you say? What can I do for you, buddy? You having trouble in math?
Yeah, for real, dog.
What you need help with?
I need help with my 11s,
The
man.
11.
11s?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play something especially for you. All right, little man?
Alright.
All right, bro. Here we go.
Yeah.
We doing 11, 11, 7, 7, double, 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 double line, you multiply. Now sing it with me. The answer's
This is
always
for the 11.
second, back to second, back 11 times 9 is 99. We doing 11, 11, 7, 7, double, 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 double line, you multiply. Now sing it with me. The answer's always second, back to second, back 11 times 9 is 99.
I'm a smart girl who came from the LD. I represent the STN. Yes, I said it and no repeats. No, I just turned 14 and I got this stuff inside of me.
So you get the lyrics, you print them out,
I'm feeling so sweet,
and then y'all
so fresh,
groove.
so fresh, so clean, clean. NCU, my business school. 11 times 1, 11 times 2. Yes, it's deja vu.
Alright, so that's ballin'. That's Smart Shorties. And that's another resource that you can use with this website. Okay? Kidz Bop. We all know about Kidz Bop. You know, it's kind of corny, but, you know, we still use it. It's a way to get away with listening to some of the songs that we like and they like and still keep it with the clean version. I won't turn to them, but we all know about Kidz Bop. So, that is basically pretty much homeschooling for all in a nutshell. Each day I'm going to come on and just go over one particular resource at a time to show you the value of it as we go through. The home page, it gives you basically the reason why I created this site 10 years ago. 10 years ago I did this, and it's now being used now, but the reason I did it is because of you getting the keys to the kingdom, to your kingdom, and to your whatever that kingdom is, or you choose for yourself. But it takes a mental state, a positive mental state. It takes a good emotional state. It takes a congruent body. And education and knowledge is the only way that you are going to get a congruent body. And that's what I'm about. I'm about helping you get that and maintain that. So on the side, you'll see different links on the home page to Goodreads, to different books that you can use for instructional purposes as well. You'll see, let me go back. You know I like my music. So you have access to books, Urban Ed TV, commonlit.org, commonlit.org, #1 resource. We'll talk about that soon. Curtis W. Wall Street. If you don't know about Curtis Wall Street, Carol, I feel for you because you should. Genius. An inmate who just changed his life around, and he is a genius. Curtis Wall Street, Carol. Other sites as well. Zoom. Academic Skill Builder, one of my favorites. So each day we'll take a look at different sites to have your kid go on and have some fun. Explore. Reading games, math games, instructional games. Ed Puzzle is a good site. Freckle's a wonderful one. Schoology, Zoom. So it's just a plethora. This is the insight into my brain. And this is what I have to use as a teacher. This is what we have to do to create the lessons for your children. It's not just opening up a book. 30 kids learn different ways, and we have to meet their needs. You're at home with 1 or 2. Imagine being at home with 30. Being with 30. So these tools that we use are tools that you'll be able to use with your 1 or 2. And maybe you're hosting some of your friends' kids while they're going to work. And if that's something that you're doing, you're going to need this. You're going to need these resources. You really are. So please share, like, comment, share, follow. Don't just say that you're going to do it. Really do it if you're going to support me and support this channel and to support this work that I'm doing and that I'm trying to work with other people to do. If you have resources that you would like to share with me to go onto the site, please shoot them to me, thelearninggenie@gmail.com, TheLearninggenie, learninggenie@gmail.com. You can reach me at Jacki-Mac, JACKIMAC13 I teach smartly, ITEACHSMARTLIE One Urban Educator, URBANEDUCATOR I got you on all levels, homeschooling for all @gmail.com. So I'm here for you, whatever you need, any lessons you would like for me to teach, any resource you want to explore, anything you want to analyze, I got you. This site is for parents and teachers, not just for students. So kids can get on here and just get on here and go to there as well. You just be like, go to Homeschooling for All. You know how to access the games. Here's the link. It's right there. There's a few for you to play. And this is access from your mobile tablet, from your mobile device. This is accessible from your laptop. This is accessible. So I'm hoping that this is something that you will be able to use. Once again, please like, please share. Enjoy this time that you have at home with your family right now. Don't look at it as something that is negative. Look at it as a positive for you to learn how to eat better. We're going to talk about that too. The kids and what you feed them, it's just too much. So learning how to provide better food for them, how to have a more congenial family, how to improve your finances to realize that we've been spending too much, we've been hoarding too much, we have a lot of things that we don't need, and how we're going to survive off of the bare minimums. And if you're black or you've been poor or middle class, you already know how to survive. It's the rich and the wealthy that are going to have the issue with being stuck at home and not having anything to do. All the rest of us, we know how to do this. It's something that we've been doing for years. It's nothing new. It's an inconvenience, but sometimes through change, you have to have some inconvenience, to come out on the other side. I'm here to help you come out on the other side in full force. Hopefully this has been something that has been helpful to you. Have a beautiful evening. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And I will see you tomorrow with more resources. Enjoy a little bit of big pun as I leave. Dominique Hammond. I think I found someone. Hey, I don't wanna be a player no more. I think I found. Hey. I'm getting ready to leave, y'all. But I'll be partying. And this is how we be in the classroom.